Welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down the top 6 most expensive Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coins in United States history. Some of these rare pennies have shocked collectors with their incredible value thanks to rare mint errors, low population grades, and unique varieties. Before you spend your next penny, watch this video. You might have a valuable Lincoln Memorial cent hiding in your pocket change. Let's get started. First up, the 1966 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent without a mint mark is one of the most recognized United States coins ever produced. At first glance it may appear to be an ordinary penny, especially in dirty or circulated condition, but many collectors still search through pocket change hoping to discover a valuable example. Millions of these coins were struck during 1966, a period when the U.S. Mint temporarily removed mint marks from circulating coins to discourage collectors from hoarding newly issued coins. While most 1966 pennies are worth only a few cents today, certain rare varieties, exceptional preserved examples, and error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is why collectors never ignore a 1966 Lincoln Memorial cent until they have examined it carefully. The story of the 1966 Lincoln Memorial penny begins with the famous Lincoln cent series that first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln portrait became the first real historical figure to appear on a regular circulating United States coin. In 1959, the reverse design changed from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. By 1966, the Lincoln Memorial design had become familiar to millions of Americans who handled these pennies every day in stores, banks, and businesses across the country. One of the most interesting facts about the 1966 penny is the missing mint mark. Normally coins from Philadelphia carried no mint mark before 1980, but during 1965 through 1967, the U.S. Mint intentionally removed mint marks from all circulating coins regardless of where they were struck. This unusual decision was made to reduce coin collecting speculation during a nationwide coin shortage. As a result, every normal 1966 Lincoln cent appears without a mint mark, making it unique within American coin history and an interesting conversation piece for both beginners and experienced collectors. The specifications of the 1966 Lincoln Memorial cent are simple but important. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and is made of 95% copper with 5% zinc and tin. It has a diameter of 19 millimeters with a plain edge. The front features Abraham Lincoln facing right with the inscriptions Liberty, in God We Trust, and the date 1966. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America 1 cent and EPLURBUSUNUM. These design elements remained unchanged for many years and became one of the most recognized coin designs in American history. A dirty 1966 penny may look old, worn, and nearly worthless, but appearance alone does not determine value. Dirt, natural toning, and decades of circulation often hide important details. Some dirty coins actually preserve their original surfaces underneath layers of grime. Collectors generally recommend never cleaning an old coin because cleaning can permanently reduce its collectible value. Even if the coin looks unattractive, it should always be examined carefully for rare errors, doubled letters, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or unusual colors before deciding its true worth. Several rare mint errors make certain 1966 Lincoln Memorial cents much more valuable than ordinary examples. Collectors pay significant premiums for coins showing strong, doubled die features, repunched design elements, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die breaks, or dramatic strike errors. A genuine error coin is much scarcer than a normal circulated penny and may attract competitive bidding during auctions. Even a dirty error coin can be worth far more than a shiny, ordinary example because rarity is often more important than appearance. Condition plays one of the biggest roles in determining the market value of any 1966 Lincoln Memorial cent. A heavily circulated dirty coin with worn details usually sells for only a few cents, unless it contains a rare mint error. Coins graded extremely fine, about uncirculated or mint state, become increasingly valuable as fewer marks and scratches remain visible. Collectors especially prize coins with bright original luster and strong red copper color, because these pieces survive decades with little or no circulation. Current market values vary greatly depending on condition and rarity. A normal circulated 1966 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark generally sells for only 1 cent to around $1. Better preserved brown or red-brown uncirculated examples often bring between $10 and $50. High-grade certified red coins can reach $100, several $100s, or even more depending on the grading service and collector demand. Truly rare mint-era varieties have sold for several $100s, and in exceptional certified examples can exceed $1,000 at major coin auctions. Collectors searching through rolls of pennies often inspect every 1966 coin carefully because valuable discoveries continue to be made. Roll hunting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in numismatics, since rare varieties sometimes appear in ordinary bank rolls, inherited collections, or forgotten jars of change. Although finding a high-value example is uncommon, the possibility keeps collectors motivated to continue searching. Every penny deserves a careful inspection under proper lighting with a magnifying glass before being dismissed as ordinary. Professional coin grading services have helped establish confidence in the market for rare Lincoln cents. When an exceptional 1966 penny is authenticated and graded by a respected company, its value often increases because buyers trust the certified grade and authenticity. Collectors are usually willing to pay higher prices for coins that have been professionally examined, especially when they are high-grade examples or unusual mint errors. Certification also protects valuable coins from damage during storage and handling. The popularity of Lincoln memorial cents continues to grow because these coins connect American history with everyday life. Almost every American has handled a Lincoln penny at some point, making the series familiar to generations of people. This widespread recognition, combined with affordable prices, encourages new collectors to begin building complete date collections. The 1966 issue remains an important part of that collection because of its historical no-mint mark period and the possibility of valuable era varieties. Many people inherit jars of old pennies from parents, grandparents, or relatives without realizing that some pieces deserve closer examination. A dirty 1966 Lincoln memorial cent mixed among common change could become an exciting discovery if it displays a rare striking error or survives in unusually high condition. Before spending old pennies, collectors recommend checking weight, color, strike quality, lettering, and overall appearance. Small details often separate ordinary coins from highly valuable collectible pieces. Although internet headlines sometimes claim that every 1966 penny is worth thousands of dollars, those stories are usually exaggerated. The reality is that most circulated examples remain inexpensive, while only the rarest errors or finest certified coins achieve impressive auction prices. Understanding this difference helps collectors make informed decisions and avoid unrealistic expectations. Careful research, patience, and knowledge are the keys to successful coin collecting rather than believing sensational claims. The 1966 Lincoln memorial cent represents an interesting chapter in United States mint history because it was produced during the temporary elimination of mint marks. This unusual policy, combined with enormous production numbers, makes the coin historically significant even if most examples remain common today. Collectors appreciate the coin not only for its potential value, but also because it reflects an important period in American economic history when demand for circulating coins was exceptionally high. In conclusion, the 1966 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent without a mint mark remains a fascinating coin for collectors around the world. Even in dirty circulated condition, it deserves a careful inspection before being spent because rare mint errors and outstanding preserved examples can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Its rich historical background, unique no-mint mark story, classic Lincoln memorial design, and continuing collector interest make it one of the most searched American pennies. The next time you discover a 1966 Lincoln cent in your pocket change, take a closer look, because an ordinary penny could become an extraordinary treasure. Next up, the fascinating 1968 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin with the S mint mark. At first glance, this small copper penny may look like nothing more than an ordinary coin, especially if it is found in rough condition. However, many collectors know that certain 1968 S Lincoln cents can be worth far more than 1 cent. Depending on their condition, strike color, and whether they contain valuable minting errors, some examples have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. So before you spend your old pennies, make sure you watch this video until the end, because you might already own a hidden treasure. The 1968 S Lincoln Memorial cent was produced at the San Francisco Mint after the United States Mint resumed placing mint marks on circulating coins in 1968. During the previous 3 years, from 1965 through 1967, mint marks had been temporarily removed to discourage coin collectors from hoarding new coins. When the S-Mint mark returned, collectors immediately became interested in the coins produced at San Francisco. Millions of these pennies entered circulation, but only a very small number survive today in exceptional condition or with rare mint errors, making them highly collectible. The obverse of the coin features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln became the first real historical figure to appear on a regular United States circulating coin beginning in 1909. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial created by Frank Gasparo. If you look very closely inside the memorial, you can actually see the tiny image of Lincoln seated between the columns. This remarkable artistic detail has fascinated collectors for generations and remains one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage history. If your coin is in rough condition, do not assume it has no value. Even worn examples can attract buyers if they display unusual characteristics. Check for a clear S-Mint mark beneath the date. Look for sharp lettering, unusual doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, die chips, clipped planchets, or repunched mint marks. These minting mistakes are much scarcer than normal coins, and collectors are often willing to pay significant premiums to add them to their collections. The 1968 Lincoln cent was struck in a bronze alloy made primarily of copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. While these specifications are standard for the period, collectors should always verify the weight, because an incorrect weight could indicate an unusual planchet error. Such mint mistakes are rare and can dramatically increase the coin's value if authenticated by a professional grading service. One of the most exciting varieties associated with the 1968 cent is the doubled die error. On these coins, parts of the lettering or numbers may appear doubled under magnification. Other collectible errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, die breaks, and clipped planchets. Error coins are much rarer than regular circulation pieces, and depending on the strength of the error, collectors may pay anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s for exceptional examples. Color is another major factor that affects value. Collectors classify bronze Lincoln cents into brown, and red categories. A rough circulated coin is usually brown, because years of circulation and exposure have changed the original bright copper color. However, if a 1968 cent still retains much of its original red luster despite its age, it can command a much higher premium, especially when combined with a strong strike and minimal damage. Today's market value depends greatly on condition. A normal 1968 penny in rough circulated condition is generally worth only a small premium over face value, often between $0 and 10 cents and $2. Better circulated examples may sell for $5 to $25. Uncirculated coins with attractive surfaces can bring $50 to $200. Professionally graded high mint state examples may sell for several $100s, while rare error coins or top population specimens have achieved prices from over $1,000 to several $1,000s at major auctions. Professional grading plays an important role in determining value. Companies such as PCGS and NGC examine a coin for authenticity, condition, color, and strike quality before assigning an official grade. A certified coin gives buyers confidence and often sells for much more than an ungraded example. Even if you believe your penny is only average, it may still be worthwhile to have it examined if you notice any unusual features or mint errors. Many collectors search rolls of pennies from banks, estate sales, flea markets, and inherited collections, hoping to discover a valuable 1968 cent. Since billions of Lincoln cents were saved over the years, there is always the possibility that an overlooked treasure remains hidden in an old jar drawer or coin album. Some of the most valuable discoveries have been made by ordinary people simply paying close attention to their pocket change. The history of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series makes these coins especially popular among collectors. Produced from 1959 through 2008, the series marked the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth by replacing the earlier wheat cent reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design. Over the decades, millions of Americans handled these coins, making them an important part of everyday life and American history. Collectors also appreciate the 1968 penny because it represents an important transition in United States coinage. It was among the first circulating cents to once again display mint marks after the temporary suspension. This historical significance, combined with the popularity of Lincoln cents, ensures steady collector demand even decades after the coin entered circulation. If you own a 1968 penny, examine it carefully under bright light using a magnifying glass. Inspect both sides for doubling cracks, unusual lettering off center strikes, or other minting defects. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning often reduces collector value. Store it in a protective holder to prevent additional wear while you research its potential worth. Although most 1968 Lincoln Memorial cents are common, only a tiny percentage qualify as premium collectibles. Coins with outstanding preservation, beautiful original red color, certified high grades, or dramatic mint errors are the ones that attract competitive bidding. These are the examples capable of reaching values from hundreds to thousands of dollars, making them exciting targets for both beginners and experienced collectors. Next up, the fascinating 1971 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent from the United States. At first glance, this copper penny may seem like nothing more than ordinary pocket change, but collectors know that some examples can be surprisingly valuable. Coins with outstanding preservation, rare minting errors, and exceptional eye appeal can attract serious attention at auctions. If you have a 1971 Lincoln cent tucked away in an old jar or coin album, you may own a piece of American history that could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s under the right circumstances. The 1971 Lincoln Memorial cent was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark located below the date on the front of the coin. Millions of these pennies were produced to meet the needs of commerce throughout the United States. Although the overall mintage was very high, collectors continue searching for the finest surviving examples because coins preserved in outstanding condition become increasingly difficult to find. A fine condition example still holds historical appeal, while higher-grade coins and special varieties command much stronger premiums. The history of the Lincoln Memorial cent series began in 1959 when the reverse design changed from the famous wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial. This redesign celebrated the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and introduced a new chapter in American coinage. The 1971 issue belongs to this important era and represents a time when billions of copper cents circulated through American businesses, schools, and households. Every surviving coin tells a story of everyday life during the early 1970s. The obverse of the 1971 cent features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Around the portrait are the inscriptions in God We Trust, Liberty, and the date 1971. On the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo with the inscriptions United States of America, 1 cent, and EPLURBUS, UNUM. One of the most fascinating details is that a tiny image of Lincoln can actually be seen seated inside the memorial between the central columns, making this one of the few United States coins to depict the same individual on both sides. Collectors examine the 1971 cent very carefully because certain characteristics can dramatically affect its value. Strong original red color, sharp strike quality, minimal contact marks, and complete details are highly desirable. Even though your coin may be in fine circulated condition, it is still worth inspecting for unusual die varieties, doubled lettering, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other mint errors that could increase its value significantly beyond that of an ordinary circulated example. One reason collectors enjoy searching through 1971 Lincoln cents is the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors. Double die varieties, repunched mint marks on earlier series, die breaks, broad strikes, off-center strikes, and dramatic misaligned dies have attracted considerable collector interest. Error coins are much scarcer than normal circulation strikes, and depending on the type and severity of the error, they can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars when authenticated by professional grading companies. The current market value of a standard 1971 Lincoln Memorial cent in fine circulated condition is generally modest, often worth only a few cents to a few dollars. However, coins with exceptional eye appeal, certified high grades, or recognized mint errors may bring prices ranging from several $100s into the thousands. Certain spectacular error examples have achieved remarkable auction results because collectors compete aggressively for unusual pieces that rarely appear on the market. Professional grading plays an important role in determining the value of a 1971 Lincoln cent. Companies such as PCGS and NGC carefully evaluate a coin's condition, originality, and authenticity before assigning an official grade. A certified coin often inspires greater buyer confidence, especially when it grades at the highest mint state levels. Even a common-date coin can become extremely desirable if it survives with nearly flawless surfaces and vibrant original color. When examining your own 1971D penny, use a magnifying glass under bright lighting. Look for crisp lettering, complete details in Lincoln's hair and beard, strong lines within the memorial, and any unusual doubling or striking abnormalities. Never clean the coin because cleaning usually damages the original surface and can significantly reduce its collector value. Even a dirty or toned coin may be worth more in its untouched state than after polishing. The copper composition of the 1971D Lincoln cent also contributes to its appeal. These coins were struck using an alloy of approximately 95% copper with small amounts of zinc and tin, giving them the classic reddish appearance collectors admire. Over decades of circulation, many examples developed brown toning, while carefully preserved coins retained brilliant red surfaces that are especially prized by advanced collectors and registry set competitors. Demand for Lincoln cents continues to remain strong because they are affordable entry-level collectibles with a rich historical background. New collectors often begin by assembling complete Lincoln memorial sets, while experienced numismatists pursue rare die varieties and top-grade certified examples. This ongoing demand helps maintain interest in coins like the 1971D Lincoln cent, especially those with exceptional quality or unusual minting characteristics. Auction records have shown that while ordinary circulated 1971D cents are common, premium quality examples can achieve impressive prices. High-grade certified red specimens and significant mint errors have sold for hundreds, and in exceptional cases, several $1,000s. These impressive auction results encourage collectors to continue searching through old coin collections, bank rolls, estate sales, and inherited jars of pennies in hopes of discovering an overlooked treasure. The historical importance of the 1971D Lincoln Memorial Cent extends beyond its monetary value. It represents a period of American history marked by economic changes, technological development, and everyday commerce. Millions of Americans handled these coins daily, without realizing that decades later collectors would study them closely for varieties, condition, and rarity. Today these pennies preserve a tangible connection to the early 1970s and remain popular among coin enthusiasts worldwide. If you discover a particularly attractive 1971D Lincoln cent, consider storing it in a protective holder to prevent scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Proper storage helps preserve the coin's surfaces and may protect its long-term value. If you suspect your coin contains a rare error or appears to be an exceptionally high grade, submitting it for professional authentication may be worthwhile before selling or adding it to a collection. In conclusion, the 1971D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is much more than an ordinary penny. Its fascinating history, beautiful Lincoln Memorial design, copper composition, and the possibility of valuable mint errors make it a favorite among collectors. While most fine-condition examples have only modest value, rare error coins and superb certified specimens can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Before spending any 1971D Lincoln cent, take a closer look because the next valuable coin could already be sitting in your pocket change. Next up, the United States Lincoln Memorial 1 cent 1977 coin with no mint mark in good condition. At first glance, this common-looking penny may seem like an ordinary coin that many people overlook every day. However, many collectors carefully inspect every 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent because certain examples with exceptional quality or rare minting errors have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. In this video, we will explore the fascinating history of this coin, its unique features, the reasons why some examples are worth far more than face value, and the current market values that every collector should know before spending one. The Lincoln Memorial cent was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the famous wheat penny design that had been used since 1909. The reverse of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparro, while the obverse continues Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The 1977 penny belongs to one of the most popular long-running coin series in American history and remains an important collectible for both beginners and experienced numismatists. If your 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During 1977, Philadelphia cents were not given a mint mark, which makes the absence of a mint mark completely normal. More than 4 billion pennies, were produced there that year, making the coin very common in circulation. Even though millions survive today, collectors still search through rolls and pocket change, because rare varieties, striking errors, and high-grade examples continue to attract strong interest in the marketplace. A 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent in good circulated condition usually shows moderate wear on Lincoln's portrait, with smoother details on the hair, cheek, jawline, and coat. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse may also display worn columns and lettering. Despite this wear, a well-preserved coin with attractive surfaces and natural color can still appeal to collectors, especially those trying to complete a full Lincoln Memorial collection without spending large amounts of money. The 1977 Lincoln cent was struck using a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Each coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because these pennies were made before the composition changed to copper-plated zinc in 1982, many collectors enjoy saving them for their higher copper content. Although the metal value does not determine collector value, the solid copper composition gives these older cents additional historical appeal. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent is the possibility of discovering a valuable mint era. Collectors carefully inspect coins for off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, double die varieties, die cracks, die chips, and dramatic misaligned dies. While most 1977 pennies are completely normal, genuine mint errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity, visibility, and overall condition of the era. The condition of a coin plays an enormous role in determining its value. Most circulated 1977 pennies remain worth only 1 cent to a few cents. However, coins that survived in brilliant uncirculated condition with original red color can become much more valuable. Professional grading companies assign grades from mint state 60 through mint state 70, and the highest certified examples often bring impressive prices. Because so few have remained perfectly preserved for nearly 50 years, collectors should also examine the color designation of a 1977 Lincoln cent. Copper coins are generally classified as brown, red, brown, or red. A fully red example that retains nearly all of its original mint luster is much scarcer than an ordinary brown circulated coin. Because of this difference, a certified red coin with an outstanding grade can command several $100s, while an average circulated piece remains inexpensive. The current market value of a normal 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent with no mint mark in good condition is generally between 1 cent and $1, depending on eye appeal. Better circulated examples in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition may sell for several dollars. Certified mint state red examples often sell for $20, $100, or several $100s, while the finest known specimens have realized well over $1,000 at major auctions. Valuable authenticated mint-era coins may also reach prices from several $100s into the thousands, depending on the specific era. Many stories circulate online claiming that every 1977 penny is worth thousands or even millions of dollars. In reality, only exceptional coins with rare errors, outstanding preservation, or top certified grades achieve those remarkable prices. This is why careful inspection is essential. Before assuming a coin is valuable, collectors should compare it with verified auction records and consider professional authentication if they believe they have discovered a rare variety or unusual mint error. When examining your coin, use a magnifying glass or coin microscope under bright lighting. Look carefully at the date, the lettering, Lincoln's portrait, and the Lincoln Memorial for unusual doubling, missing details, die cracks, or other striking abnormalities. Also weigh the coin on a precise digital scale, because an incorrect weight may indicate a wrong planchet error or another unusual minting issue that could significantly increase collector interest. If you believe your 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent is special, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Cleaning almost always reduces collector value because it damages the original surfaces that experienced buyers want to see. Instead, store the coin in a protective holder and, if necessary, submit it to a respected third-party grading service for authentication and professional grading before offering it for sale. The popularity of Lincoln cents continues to grow because they are affordable, historically significant, and easy to find in circulation. Many collectors began their hobby by searching through jars of pennies, hoping to discover a hidden treasure. Every year, remarkable finds prove that valuable coins can still appear in ordinary pocket change, making the hunt both exciting and rewarding for collectors around the world. The 1977 Lincoln Memorial cent reminds us that every coin has a story beyond its face value. It represents American history, everyday commerce, and nearly 5 decades of circulation. Whether your coin is a simple keepsake or a rare collectible, its historical importance makes it an interesting addition to any collection. Learning to identify valuable varieties and understanding grading standards can transform an ordinary search into an unforgettable discovery. As we conclude today's video, remember that a 1977 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark in good condition is usually a common coin, but exceptional uncirculated examples and genuine mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Always inspect your pocket change carefully, never clean an old coin, and compare your finds with verified auction records before making any decisions. Next up, the 1982 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is one of the most fascinating modern United States coins because it represents a historic turning point in American coinage. During 1982, the United States Mint changed the composition of the Lincoln cent from mostly copper to copper-plated zinc due to the rising cost of copper. This means that collectors can find several different varieties from the same year, including large date and small date designs struck on both copper and zinc planchets. A nice condition 1982 penny may look like an ordinary 1 cent coin, but careful collectors know that certain varieties and errors are highly desirable and can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. The Lincoln Memorial cent was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., while the obverse displays the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln created by Victor David Brenner. The 1982 coin was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the small d mint mark beneath the date. Millions of these coins entered circulation, and most were spent in everyday transactions, making high-quality examples increasingly difficult to locate decades later. One of the biggest reasons collectors are excited about the 1982 penny is the unusual number of varieties produced during this single year. There are large date and small date versions, and they were made using both bronze and zinc compositions. The rarest known combination is the 1982 small date struck on a bronze planchet. This variety is considered one of the greatest modern Lincoln cent rarities and has become one of the most searched-for coins in pocket change. A standard 1982 Lincoln cent in nice circulated condition usually carries only a small premium over face value. However, collectors carefully inspect every example because hidden treasures often appear among ordinary coins. If the coin has a rare variety, dramatic mint error, or exceptional uncirculated preservation, its value can increase dramatically. This possibility is what keeps collectors searching through rolls of pennies every single day. The easiest way to identify a valuable 1982 penny is to examine the date, style, and weigh the coin. Bronze examples weigh approximately 3.11 grams, while zinc examples weigh about 2.5 grams. A digital gram scale can quickly reveal the composition. Specialists also compare the shape of the numbers in the date to determine whether the coin is the large date or small date variety. This careful examination often separates common coins from valuable collector pieces. Another reason these pennies attract attention is the possibility of mint errors. Collectors search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, repunched mint marks where applicable, and dramatic die breaks. Even relatively small errors can increase the value of a 1982 penny, while spectacular mint mistakes may sell for several hundred or even several $1,000s, depending on rarity and condition. In today's market, a regular 1982 penny in nice circulated condition generally sells for only a few cents to around $1. Attractive uncirculated examples often sell for several dollars, while certified mint state coins with outstanding eye appeal may reach tens or even hundreds of dollars. Rare error coins and the famous bronze small date variety have sold for thousands of dollars because of their extreme rarity, and collector demand. Professional grading also plays a major role in determining value. Coins certified by respected grading services receive numerical grades that reflect their condition. Higher grades such as MS66, MS67, or above are much scarcer than lower grades because very few coins survive without marks or wear. Collectors are willing to pay substantial premiums for beautifully preserved examples with original mint luster. The Denver Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents in 1982, making most examples very common. However, rarity is not determined only by mintage. Certain die varieties, accidental mint errors, and unusual compositions create coins that are genuinely scarce. These special pieces often attract competitive bidding whenever they appear at major auctions, because advanced Lincoln cent collectors strive to complete their collections. The 1982D penny also has historical importance because it marks the transition from the traditional bronze composition used for generations to the lighter zinc core used on modern Lincoln cents. This manufacturing change reflects the economic realities faced by the United States Mint as metal prices increased. As a result, the 1982 coinage tells an important story about American monetary history and changing production methods. Collectors recommend examining every 1982D penny before spending it because valuable varieties cannot always be recognized with the naked eye. A magnifying glass digital scale and good lighting are essential tools. Looking carefully at the date mint mark and overall strike quality can reveal important details that separate an ordinary coin from an exciting discovery. Auction records have shown that exceptional 1982D pennies can command impressive prices when they possess rare characteristics. The most famous bronze small date examples have achieved prices in the thousands of dollars, while remarkable mint-era coins have also brought significant premiums. Although such finds are rare, they demonstrate why collectors continue searching through bankrolls, estate collections, and everyday pocket change. If you believe you have a valuable 1982D Lincoln cent, avoid cleaning or polishing the coin, because doing so can greatly reduce its value. Store it safely in a protective holder and compare it with reliable variety guides. If it appears unusual, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service before offering it for sale. The popularity of Lincoln cents continues to grow because they are affordable to collect and filled with interesting varieties. The 1982D issue stands out as one of the most important dates of the modern Lincoln Memorial series due to its multiple compositions and date styles. This combination makes it one of the first coins experienced collectors recommend searching for in circulation. In conclusion, the 1982D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is much more than an ordinary penny. Its rich history, unique transition between bronze and zinc production, fascinating varieties and potential for valuable mint eras have made it one of the most talked about modern United States coins. While most examples are worth only a small premium over face value, a rare variety or significant error can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Before spending any 1982D penny, take a closer look, because your next 1 cent coin could become the hidden treasure every collector hopes to discover. Next up, the 1984D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is one of the most recognized modern United States coins and continues to attract collectors because of its historical significance and the possibility of finding valuable varieties. Minted at the Denver Mint and identified by the small d mint mark below the date, this copper-plated zinc cent represents an important era in American coinage. Even an old circulated example can become desirable if it contains a rare minting error or an exceptional strike. Millions of people have handled this coin over the years, but only a small percentage pay close attention to the details that can transform an ordinary penny into a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The story of the 1984D Lincoln Memorial cent begins with the famous Lincoln cent series that started in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln portrait became the first real historical figure ever placed on a regular United States circulating coin. In 1959, the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, and that design continued until 2008. By 1984, the Lincoln Memorial cent had become a familiar coin found in nearly every American pocket, cash register, and piggy bank. The Denver Mint struck billions of Lincoln cents during 1984 to meet the nation's demand for circulating coinage. Most of these coins entered everyday commerce immediately, causing many to develop scratches, worn surfaces, faded color, and other signs of heavy circulation. Today, finding an old 1984D penny is easy, but locating one in outstanding condition or with a significant mint error is much more difficult. That difference in quality is one of the biggest factors affecting collector demand and market value. One of the most interesting features of the 1984D Lincoln cent is its composition. After the composition change introduced in 1982, these coins were produced using a zinc core covered with a thin layer of pure copper. The coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Because of this composition, collectors sometimes encounter examples with plating bubbles, peeling surfaces, or corrosion. Although these issues usually reduce value, unusual mint-produced defects can become highly collectible. Collectors carefully examine the obverse of the coin for sharp details in Lincoln's portrait, the condition of the date, the clarity of the D mint mark, and the appearance of the lettering. The reverse featuring the Lincoln memorial is equally important. Strong detail in the columns of the memorial, crisp lettering, and full original luster are signs of a higher quality example. Even when a coin appears old, certain details may reveal that it was well preserved despite years of circulation. The most famous variety associated with the 1984 Lincoln cent is the doubled ear error. Although this variety is most commonly known on Philadelphia issues without a mint mark, collectors also inspect every 1984 cent carefully because doubled dies and other striking abnormalities occasionally appear on Denver mint coins. Valuable errors may include off-center strikes, die cracks, die chips, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or dramatic doubling. Any authenticated major mint error can significantly increase the coin's value. For an ordinary 1984 Lincoln memorial cent in old circulated condition, the market value generally remains between $0 and 1 cent and $1, depending on its appearance and collector interest. Better preserved circulated coins may sell for a few dollars, especially if they display attractive original color. These coins are widely available, so condition plays a major role in determining value. Coins graded in mint state by professional grading services can become much more valuable. A bright uncirculated 1984 cent with excellent strike quality and few surface marks may sell for $10 to over $100, while exceptional certified examples in the highest grades can bring several $100s at auction. The finest known specimens are scarce because producing a flawless modern cent is much more difficult than many collectors realize. The greatest excitement comes from discovering a genuine mint error. Major doubled dies, dramatic off-center strikes, or other unusual production mistakes on a 1984 Lincoln cent have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity of the error, its condition, and collector demand. Every year, collectors continue searching bank rolls and old coin jars, hoping to uncover one of these valuable discoveries. Authentication is extremely important before assuming that a 1984 penny is worth a large amount of money. Many damaged coins are mistakenly believed to be rare errors. Professional grading companies carefully examine each coin to determine whether the unusual appearance occurred during the minting process or resulted from damage after the coin entered circulation. Certified coins generally command stronger prices because buyers have confidence in their authenticity. Collectors also pay close attention to the coin's color designation. Lincoln cents are often classified as brown, or red. Original red examples retain much of their mint luster and are usually worth considerably more than brown coins of the same grade. An old circulated coin will normally display brown surfaces, but an unusually attractive example can still appeal to collectors looking to complete album sets. The 1984 Lincoln memorial cent reminds collectors that rarity is not always determined by age alone. While billions were produced, only a tiny fraction survived in superb condition or with spectacular mint errors. This combination of high mintage and selective rarity creates an exciting challenge for collectors because valuable examples can still be discovered among ordinary pocket change and old collections. If you own a 1984 Lincoln cent, examine it carefully under good lighting using a magnifying glass. Look for unusual doubling, off-center strikes, cracks, missing letters, clipped edges, or other distinctive minting characteristics. Weighing the coin and comparing it with normal examples may also help identify unusual varieties. Proper storage in a protective holder can prevent additional wear while the coin is being evaluated. Collectors continue searching through rolls of pennies from banks, estate collections, and inherited coin jars because remarkable finds still occur. Every coin has its own story, and even an old worn penny can become a valuable collectible if it possesses the right combination of rarity, condition, and authenticity. That possibility keeps the hobby exciting for beginners and experienced numismatists alike. The 1984 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is much more than an ordinary penny. It represents American history, the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, and decades of everyday commerce across the United States. While most old circulated examples have only modest value, high-grade certified coins and genuine mint-era varieties can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Before spending any unusual-looking 1984 penny, Inspect it carefully, because one small detail could make the difference between a 1-cent coin and a remarkable hidden treasure. Thanks for watching.